Hi Troublesomes, it's Miracle and welcome back to Mind of Miracle. I don't know what happened with my hand. I forgot how I flicked my wrist, so it was just like, look at it. If you guys clicked on this video, you can probably tell from the title. Today we are talking about 5 things that I ended up taking away from the new Joker movie. So if you guys have not already watched the movie, I don't know, put this video on pause, go ahead and watch it, and then come back, and then we can have a discussion, but I'm not gonna have anybody flame me for spoiling parts of the movie. I'm sorry, I tried to warn you, and if you just want to see me talk about further things like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't know why you have not done so yet. Hit that bell notification so you receive further updates anytime that I upload, and make sure by the end of this video, drop a comment and share it with your friends, because I will just appreciate that, okay? I like to talk, okay? So I need some friends. So the first thing that I ended up taking away from the new Joker movie was the understanding that when budget cuts end up happening inside of like government facilities, the first people that end up suffering is lower income families. How does this apply to this movie? Well, we end up taking a deep dive into a little segment in the Joker's life, or Arthur's life, and he ends up going to see his psychiatrist. In the midst of him discussing what he's feeling, his psychiatrist is like, hey boo-boo, I can't help you no more because they are cutting funds, so within the next 2 weeks I can't supply you with no more medication, and I have no options for you because they cutting that out too. You know what, I feel everything that other people feel. I don't know, I just emotionally, I just suck things up like a sponge, and I wonder if you guys do that too. But if you are a heart-filled person like I am, alright, so you would have felt that the Joker was suffering low-key, because it's just like, yo, what am I going to do? And I think that was the perfect dynamic of what they wanted the audience to feel. What would these people do in that sort of scenario? Because understand this, if they had the proper money and the funds, they would probably be going to private institutions to be taken care of, because they would be able to afford that essentially. But because people who do not experience these sort of things, they don't understand what lower income families have to go through, they in turn start cutting from them first, because the rich people, they can't suffer, they can't struggle, they can't be inconvenienced. And I think that is the key word in this scenario. So I think that is what helps to build upon that rift that goes on between the rich and the poor people in Gotham, is that lack of inconvenience that is faced from the richer class, and how that in turn ends up causing the lower income people to end up suffering. Since we are talking about that scenario that happened with the Joker speaking to his psychiatrist, Arthur in turn ends up telling his psychiatrist that, lady, you do not know how to listen. I'm telling you guys, that happens all the way within, I don't know, like the first 15 minutes of the movie. That was my biggest takeaway throughout the whole entire thing, because what people end up doing is listening to keywords. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. And then they take what it is for face value. But essentially, what this lady didn't realize is if she took the moments to listen to Arthur, he could have gotten the necessary help that he actually genuinely needed. In this case, he just wanted a friend because he was feeling lonely. In fact, the only person that was really on his side was his mom, and the little person, I forgot his name because he didn't have a significance to me. Understand that if you guys are asking people, hey, how you doing? Listen to a response, and listen to a real response. Another huge takeaway that I took from this movie, guys, let me tell you something. My blood was boiling. As somebody who goes through these sort of things personally, as somebody who has relatives that go through these sort of things personally, I personally feel that someone should not have to apologize for being sick. This drives me crazy. So when the Joker, when Arthur was going through his little manic laughing thing inside the bus, and that lady was about to turn up on him, she was like, what you think is funny? What's so funny? Tell me. And he had to pull out the little laughing card, and she's like, hi, sorry, I have a condition, blah, 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 blah. Why did he have to say I'm sorry for that? Why? And I feel like countless amount of people have to apologize for something that if they had the power and the control to get rid of, they would in a heartbeat. Nobody just wakes up one day and just like, today I want to have a mental illness, and today I just want to inconvenience myself and inconvenience that. Who just comes and decides that? Who? Send them to me, because I want to get up in their head, because nobody just actively decides today I just want to be messed up, because who really wants that feeling to be internalized? In response to this video, I learned that if you are ill with anything, don't apologize. When Arthur was at work with his peers, he ended up having some sort of bully that in turn handed him some sort of protective device to be able to fend off any sort of attackers. This guy in turn ended up trying to mess with him and told his employer that he tried to buy this protective device off of him, and it was a downward spiral. But understand that with every action that there is a reaction. Understand that even though you might not vibe with somebody, you might not be able to connect with somebody, that does not mean that you have to harass them or make them feel lesser than. It also means that you have to be mindful of whether you're doing something out of jest or you're doing something to be malicious. Because there's a lot of people who say, I'm just trying to be funny, I'm just trying to have a good time, but it's at the expense and the health and the well-being of somebody else. The fifth thing that I ended up taking away from the Joker movie is understanding that everything does not have an explanation, especially when it has to do with mental illness. Guys, like, just that thought, I teared up a couple of times during that movie because of self-reflection, also in line with what I've seen my other relatives battle and go through. Even thinking about it right now has me sort of emotional. Everybody sees like a sort of textbook answer as far as what mental illness and mental health is supposed to look like. They think somebody's supposed to look crazy. They think that everybody's supposed to be locked up in their room. They think that there's supposed to be, self-harm evidence all over the place. Sometimes that mental illness does not look like that. Sometimes it looks like your everyday functioning human being. It's just how they respond to people. It's just how they interact with people, how they feel about themselves, it's a lot of things that go into it. And I think what ended up impacting me the most is when Arthur decided to express himself through dance. To anybody else who's watching, it's just like, yo, this guy is crazed. Like, why is he doing that? And I don't know. I've experienced for myself, sometimes it just takes a moment to go through your happy place, whatever that is, what causes you to escape, what causes you to... You don't know what's going on in somebody's mind. You don't know. Unfortunately, not everything has an answer. You can't say, oh, this person is depressed because something traumatic happened in their lives. No, sometimes it's just biological. There's not a reason. But I think the overall message that I want everybody to walk with in their future is just to understand that mental illness is a real thing. Stop trying to romanticize it. Please stop that, because it's not good. And also understand that when somebody tells you that there's something wrong with them mentally, don't invalidate their experience. Just like you look at somebody who has cancer and you understand that it's a real thing, understand this, it's like your brain is an organ. Like any other body part that you have, your brain is an organ. So if you see somebody with a broken arm, just understand that chemically, your brain is not working to the full capacity in which it should be working. So I don't know, that's it, guys. Understand that this could be broken too. It could be broken too. And the whole point of receiving treatment or medication or therapy, whatever the case may be, to heal, they're trying, and encourage people to keep trying. And that's it, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Drop a comment down below letting me know what your takeaway of this movie was, what you appreciated, what you did not appreciate. I just want to have a conversation with you because, again, I like to talk. All right, so that's it. I love you guys so much. Bye!